We're at Home Depot today. Howdy, y'all. And a couple projects. One, we went to put flagpole, mount the mount that comes off like a pillar outside of the little walkway entrance. And it's flat down to a point, and then it gets rounded. And the flat point isn't low enough. When we put the flagpole out there, the flag's gonna hit the little gutter system. So we got a little bit of wood. I'm gonna, sand it down, cut it, make it, paint it, drill that, put it on that, and then put the flagpole mount on the wood. And only had to come out 1.5 to 2 inches, so that should work pretty good. And the other thing, all those power recliners? Well, the dogs got hold to wiring of one of them. Thank goodness they pulled it apart to where the power was off when they got it, but they chewed into little pieces, part of the wiring, all over the place, just chewed right through the wiring, got a nice section of it, and then chewed that all up. So we're getting some splicing stuff. I know I can splice that and all that, so put it back together. So they are on the outs today. Well, I have my suspicions as to who instigated it, but I'm not gonna I'm not gonna say who.
Well, I got everything I needed to mount the flagpole out front. I've actually got 3 layers of different woods glued right now, and I'll be drilling on them tomorrow and getting that all done. And I got a couple other small projects to do. The dogs they know they're still in the doghouse, no pun intended. So they're being real good, they're chilled. This is my 4th take on doing this closeout, because I'm trying to answer a question that bandinev asked. You want to know what I felt about our next president, President Trump. And that's so tough to answer. Whether or not I voted for him is pretty much irrelevant. At this point, as you guys probably know, I always tend to look for the silver lining in a cloud. And not that this is a cloud situation, because it seems like most people fear, or a lot of people that are anti-Trump, they fear what he could do when he's in the office. I don't fear that at all. I don't fear it for a couple reasons. One, we're already in a horrible position when it comes to our safety or domestically or foreign. We're in a bad situation. We're at a threat level that I'm not too sure the country's ever had, before domestically. So, when it comes to that, I think he can't do anything but help. That's just my opinion. I don't think he can hurt us. Yeah, and there's the other reason is for internationally, there's too many buffers. He's got too many smart people that have a little common sense and that know how to deal on a political level. Not that he doesn't. He's going to deal on a business level. Maybe that's what we need. I don't know. His policies, some of them I don't like. I think the idea, well, if there's oil here, we're going to get it. No matter what it costs the environment or what happens in the future. I think he needs to tone down a little bit on that. Immigration, illegal aliens, and I'm not going to call them undocumented. I forget what the proper term is. I don't know, but that's bull. that's as much garbage as saying Happy Holidays at Christmas. But anyways, yeah, he needs to tone down on that a little bit. You can't just pick up everybody and ship them back. I think that ultimately, and by ultimately, I mean in the near future after he's president, there'll be an easier route to citizenship for these folks, and depending on different circumstances. But there has to be the effort made on the other hand too. Being in the United States or being in another country solely to make money, that just doesn't cut it. I mean, there has to be some kind of loyalty. There has to be some kind of pride in being an American or being, any nationality. There has to be. Otherwise, don't be there. So it's got to be an effort made on his part and an effort made on the individual's part. That's what I think. We got a businessman, President of the United States, no experience in politics, but very, very experienced in business transactions and dealings. That might be a good thing. Who knows? If it goes the way that I hope and somewhat believe it could go during his presidency, we may never have another politician as a president. I mean, the governor of California in 4 or 8 years may be running against the guy down the street that's managing the Pizza Hut, and the Pizza Hut manager would be the odds-on favorite to win. And I'm not even saying it shouldn't be like that. It's hard to say the word politician if you're an American and not almost say, oh, I'm sorry, as if you just cussed. And over many, many years, it's gotten that way. I know that at one time, being a politician, there was a lot of pride that went along with that, and a lot of respect from the people under, the people that you represented. But for so long, and especially now, holy cow, so many policies, laws, all of these things have all of a sudden popped up, and they exist, and they're obviously, just pure common sense would tell you that the majority of Americans don't want that. They don't, if it was put to a vote, it never would have happened. But our representatives in our government, for unknown reasons, they've got their reasons, don't know what they are, decide that this is how we have to live. And that's not the way it's supposed to be. We're supposed to be represented by all different levels of government, whether it's town mayor or the President of the United States, and when they decide that a policy or a law needs to be implemented, they decide it because it's beneficial to and wanted by the majority. And we're so far from that, yeah, something had to give. So we have President Trump. That's why he's president. He's not president because the majority of America liked him. Everybody knows that. Anybody want to dispute that? Knock yourself out. That's not the case. He's president because the majority of America disliked politicians and the way we are right now, and the working class American pretty much getting shafted when it came to what he would have as a law that would help him out, and what his elected representatives decided is the law that they're going to implement, or the rule, or the policy, or whatever. The politicians are just so far away from what middle America, even though that hardly exists anymore, what middle America wants, they're so far away from that in their thinking that, of course, they're going to be gone. You got to get rid of the politicians, and so we got a businessman as president. We got our fingers crossed that he'll do a better job. In my opinion, he couldn't do a worse job. So that's what I think. I'll leave it at that. Thanks for stopping by. Truly appreciate your visit. Be strong, be happy, no matter who's your president, and be a good neighbor. Till tomorrow, bye-bye.